What's up, guys? Thanks for joining me for another video. It's the Real Rant Reviewer here with you. I got another one to rant on, massive rant on The Exorcist, 1973's The Exorcist. Guys, if you're surprised or not, I really don't give a damn. I don't. This fucking movie, um, really, they say it's the scariest shit of all time. It's not. Uh, to me, it's not. It doesn't scare me at all. The movie's a bunch of malarkey. To this, if you, it aged like shit. It didn't age like fine wine. The movie, and anyone that says it did is lying. The movie's not scary today, and if it was scary back then, it was all hype. It's what a little girl doing things that pissing herself, cursing. Oh, they haven't seen it back then, so it's really fucking something, right? What kind of visuals do they have? The real this movie and the bullshit about bringing in. I'm not going to talk about religious part of this movie, but they want to bring it in and say that's what's going to solve the problem and all that. And of course it does, but whatever the fuck. This movie is a bunch of propaganda trash, and that's it. And it was all hype. It's all hype. And if I was in 73 and I went to go see this movie after all the hype, I'd be highly disappointed. People throwing up in the theater and shit. Get the fuck out of here, man. Look at that. I mean, we know it's Linda Blair. She has a nice body nowadays. She was young then, but she had, you know, I can't buy it. That's what I'm trying to explain to you. I can't buy Linda Blair as this possessed child. Now, if you had someone else possessed, guys, that would have been more buyable, more safariable, more certifiable. So to say this is the scariest movie of all time, no. What does it scare you not to do? Does it scare you not to watch it? Does it scare you not to talk to girls? Does it scare you not to read the Bible? Does it scare you not to? No, it doesn't scare you. Like, okay, that scene there, it's like, well, I don't know. Does it scare me? No. Like, you know, that's all. I'm being truthful, guys, from the heart. This is the Real Rant Review you're fucking talking to. So leave your comment down below if you want to be heard. But and I will read it and respect it. But the thing is, you got to come with some fucking horror, man. You know why it's hard to remake this movie? A lot of people haven't remade it, and it hasn't been remade to this day. And it's not because it was so hard to capture the scariness from back then. It was because it was a shitstorm to make, and we all know that. Because, you know, the direction this movie wants to go, they just stay on it, and they keep the same shit going. And once they get to show you the monster, so to speak, they just try to shock you with speech and just dialogue, just disgusting speech and yeah, physical disgusting things as well. From a little girl at that. See, they put the little girl in there, so you're really feeling disgusted that a girl would do this, a child, so to speak. So, and that's just this preying on our emotions, trying to get. That's a cheap thrill by the studio, by the director, and by the producers and whoever made this movie. And the marketing campaign of it was probably fucking really heavy, and heavy on the scares, and heavy on how traumatizing this movie could be and how scary it was. Look at the poster art. That is very scary. But compared to the Amityville Horror, the original, this doesn't scare me. That the Amityville Horror, the original, scares me more than this shit did. And that's the truth. From me, from my heart, from my mind. It's a movie I don't watch. It's a movie that barely comes on TV, and when it does, it's people don't watch it because it's not because they're scared or turned off. It's just it's boring, and they already seen it once, and they know what's going to happen. They know the story, or they heard about it from hearsay. So it's just not a movie that's, and it's not even a movie that people go buy on DVD or Steelbook or rent digitally. So, you can say all you want in defense of the movie, but what's the defense? Like, there's nothing to defend, really about this fucking movie, and that it's because you're basing it upon the scariest movie of all time, and it's not. So I will always walk dark streets. I will always go into rooms and do shit like that. And, kids have accidents sometimes where they do pee their pants and shit like that and do curse and have outrage. Maybe she should have took her to a psychologist. I'm sure they tried that and some crazy shit started happening. So only the priest could do it, guys. Only the Catholic Church could handle that business back then. And, they didn't handle it too well, did they? I think this movie ended up like shit, if I can remember. If I can fucking remember. I know someone died. The priest died at the end, getting thrown down the stairs. Spoilers ahead. You know that shit. Don't watch my videos. Get off my channel. Don't sub. Don't sub. Fuck my channel. Don't sub. because this is the real deal here. This is what the real Rant reviewer does. He tells the real. So about reels. And anyways, that was my thoughts on the movie, guys. I'm not impressed. Wasn't scared. And it's just a cheap thrill. So, anyways, cheap thrill, cheap scares, cheap shit. Just to pry on you. Let's go through this stupid fucking plot of The Exorcist. It banked, fucking banked off a hype, banked off a hearsay, off a stimulation on screen at times. Or the Rob Zombie of 1970. Yeah, this movie. Anyways, theatrical cut here they have, and the director's cut. Don't give a fuck. We're just going to theatrical. Anyways, I'm not going to give you the background. You just meet a fucking a girl, Reagan. That's right, Reagan here. And Reagan starts having troubles, guys, for no fucking reason. The beautiful house she lives in with her mother. But for some strange reason, she starts doing shit like pissing her pants and cursing, having outlandish things. She take it to a psychologist. They can't tell what's wrong. Basically, gets worse and worse. She starts changing physically. The mother has to restrain her. She has to call no one else but the Catholic Church to get the priest in. See? No, my daughter's green. She drank bleach. I don't know what happened to this lady. So anyways, um, she gets worried. She called. There's nowhere to go. So look at this guy. You can call him to do the job. So you call this guy that's unstable. This priest is already battling his own faith, and another priest who's strong in the faith but is older. Anyways, they get in there to take this thing down, to get it out of the girl. The girl puts up a fight for a long time. This back and forth, this crazy stuff happening, disgusting things if you want to call it, to try to outlandishly make you feel out of place and disgusting and just uncomfortable. It doesn't work. It's cheap, and you know it's coming, and it's lame. It's just lame, and even if you don't know it's coming, it's lame. It's just like cheap. Like, okay, vomit. Yeah, green vomit. Ooh, looks good to eat. So, anyways, they basically expel it, and but by expelling it, I think one of them die or both of them die. It doesn't matter. One of them's thrown out the window down these stairs that he came up. So that's how the movie ends or whatever. So, but she's better and she makes it supposedly. So it's just we've seen these movies done in the future, but this is the first movie that ever did it. I will give it its credit there for creativity or what have you. I'm not sure it's the first movie that ever did something like it, but it did it well, supposedly. So, the best. I mean, look at the synopsis. When a 12-year-old girl is possessed by a mysterious entity, her mother seeks the help of two priests. Okay. Your basic story, and they just throw a lot of visuals at you to try to get you, but it's practical effects, so you got to give credit in 73. I have to give this movie credit on the visuals, man, on the graphic effects. Yeah, without having computerized shit back then. Very well done. Got to give them on that. I hope they won an award for that. Won 2 Oscars. I'm sure they did for the cinematics there, for that makeups and special effects. Really done well. So, but the movie's not scary, guys. And that's it. Once you meet Reagan and she is possessed, it's not scary anymore. And from there, you lose it. But even leading up, it's a pretty cool story. If you keep it like that, you might have more scares. But, you don't do it back then. So, it's okay. The Exorcist for me is not a top movie I watch. It's not my top 10 for scariest movies of all time. It's not or horror movies or bloody movies or anything like that. Or movies. It's just a movie I would recommend you don't watch because it's a waste of 2 hours and 2 minutes of your time because you're not going to come away with anything from it that's good, and it's nothing to see. It's really not. You've seen it all. You've heard it all. If you've heard it, you've seen it. And it has an 8.1. That's fucking disgusting to me. This massive fucking rant. You know what I mean? 8.1. Only out of 300. See how less people have seen this movie? But everyone that's seen it is a specific crowd, specific little area there. 400,000 people give it an 8.1. So I think if more people saw it, the score would be definitely lower. We know that. We don't have to know math. I just know movies. I'm the Real Rant reviewer. So fuck this movie. Overhyped piece of shit garbage. Not scary. Way better scary movies out there. There's a couple of good shots there, as you saw, but that's it. Alright, guys. Thanks for listening to this massive fucking rant on this garbage trash. Compact it and take a big dumpy poopy on it. Alright. Thank you, Reagan. Bye-bye, guys.